Good morning, everyone. And myself, Emmanuel Sandeep, and I'm a person who deals with geography. I'm also the course director in the Aspirants study circle, and I look after the entire course plan structures. And I'm here for teaching for this exams and for this subject for the past almost 10 to 11 years. And I deal with both UPSC optionals as well as I deal with state government exams. So that's about a few small introduction about me. And coming to this examination, the weightage of geography is just for about 12 to 13 questions in your first paper of your group 2. See, you have almost 11 components. Among those components, there is one component which speaks about geography of world, India, and the state, whether it be Andhra Pradesh or it be Telangana. Is it so? And there are few, when I talk about Telangana as a specific in such, we do not majorly focus on world geography, but we majorly focus on Indian geography and state geography. But when I talk about group 2 of Andhra Pradesh, of the original, the notification which is old notification, as per the old notification, we have world geography, Indian geography, and state geography. And apart from these areas, I also deal with environment, disaster management also. So these are the areas which I'm going to deal with. Now, let me get into the subject. What is geography? How many of you read this subject called geography? In your schooling or in your anywhere back during your childhood? All of you? You might have read your subject geography. What is geography now? Come again? Did I ask you explain geography? Describe geography? What did I ask you? What is geography? I did not ask you describe, discuss, or explain. Come on, my dear, you have much stuff done. Your graduation also on the same subject as you are one of the major subjects. Well, I'll give you a small, very easy thing. What is the meaning of this? Study of living organisms. Okay, study of life. Okay, very good. So, bio means? Okay, life, very good. Logy means? Study, very good. So now, tell me this. Geography. What is geo means? Earth. Very good. What is graphy? If logy is study, graphy is also study. The same thing. Is it the one and the same meaning? So we can also say that geology then. Representation. Very good. Any more? Analyzing. Very good. Structure. It is description. So geography is description of earth. Description of earth. Now, earth, how do you describe now? Mountains, rivers, plateaus, plains, oceans. Yes. So this is how you try to describe the earth, isn't it? So now, basic studies, that is one, world geography, regional geography. Spatially, there has been the spatially, there is based on the space or based on the location. Spatially, that's been divided for our better understanding and for better describing. It has been divided into the world geography as well as regional geography. Region might be India as a country, or region might be state as a unit. It can be of anything. So regional geography and world geography. And now, apart from this subject, whether it be a world or it be regional geography, when we try to understand, this subject has been divided into numerous parts as one, physical geography, that is the physical description of earth, and the other one is, another one is human geography. Physical geography and human geography, because earth as a body is present, and now this earth as a body where human being is utilizing and human beings are able to survive by using the available resources on this earth surface. And we as human beings have derived this earth in a specific condition. So because of which, the geography as a subject has been divided into physical as well as human geography. Now this human geography as a subject has been again divided into two parts. As one, economic geography, and two, social geography. Economic geography and social geography. Is that clear, Andala? Can I move further? Done with this? Written? Acha, even if I start my classroom sessions, at times I may not dictate every word. You will be writing your own notes, and apart from that, whenever needed, I'll try to dictate. If at all, if there is any factual information which is very much important, which you are supposed to write, I'll try to dictate. But as I'm teaching, please do write along with the session. And if you are not able to write, just raise your hand, I'll repeat it, or I'll give you a pause. Because we are not kids and we are not school children. Because what we have been practiced until now in our schooling and college, dictation. We used to write our own answers dictated, and we used to study the same. But you are now preparing for competitive exams. So you should also be in a position to draft your own notes. Tomorrow, you being an officer sitting in the officer chair, you cannot ask someone to prepare the sentences and give you. You should draft the entire notes and give it to your subordinates, right? So make sure that you are getting those skills now itself. Now, geography is description of earth, and geography is a subject which can be divided or which can be understood spatially as world geography as well as regional geography. And this geography can be divided based on the studies. It can be understood as physical geography and human geography. The human geography as a subject has been divided into two parts as economic and social. Now, the physical geography as a subject has got numerous areas. We have land, we have air, we have water, and we have flora and fauna. I repeat, on the earth's surface, physically, which are much evident and which have been able to observe on the earth's surface, are land. We have land on the earth's surface, we have air around the earth's surface, we have waters around the earth's surface, and we do have flora and fauna, that is plants and animals. Yes? So now, what do? I say that as we have land, we have air, we have water, and we have life, that is flora and fauna. And now, this physical geography, specifically as a subject of geography, we'll try to understand the land as a specific topic called geomorphology, wherein it's a study of, wherein specifically in this geomorphology, we study about a specific area which is nothing but your lithosphere, the topmost layer of your Earth's surface, which is a topmost sphere of the Earth's body, which is calling it as lithosphere. Okay? Now, air, we study in a specific area called climatology, the air around us, wherein this is nothing but a sphere called atmosphere. A sphere called atmosphere. And then we have water, oceanography, wherein this is a area called hydrosphere. And then we have life, which is nothing but environmental geography, or we try to understand as a sphere called biosphere. Even these things are also important for your Group 2 exam. That can also be asked as a question. Is that clear? Rasara sir? Ryan sir? So, it is geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, and environment. You should also know the specific words apart from this. These are generalized terms, and these are specific technological terms which you are supposed to learn. And these are your spheres. Biosphere, which is nothing but environmental geography, where we talk about the flora and fauna, that is life on the Earth's surface. But in this specific subject of geography, I am not going to discuss about this specific area now, wherein we have a separate subtopic in our syllabus which speaks about environmental studies or environmental ecology and disaster management as a separate unit in your Group 2. Yes? So that will be dealt separately. And for the subject of geography, I will try to do this three areas, which is a part of world's physical geography. And that's also seen across regional physical geography. And I'll try to divide it as how we are going to study. This is an area where we are trying to divide it as per world's physical geography. Okay? Now, the next area is human geography, which has got economic as well as social. So now let's take an example of India as a country and try to divide the entire units. Within geomorphology, we try to understand about mountains, plateaus, plains. Within climatology, we study about the layers of the atmosphere, and we also study about wind movements. The wind movements, we study about cyclones, we study about rainfall. Yes? So these are the areas which we are trying to understand as to why do we have rainfall, why we do not have rainfall, what is the reason behind the onset of monsoon, when is monsoons arriving in India, which are all been understood based on the conceptual understanding in the specific areas of climatology. Is that clear? Now, can I erase this? Done? Now, as I told you, I'll just speak about Indian geography. The one which I spoke about until now is the conceptual understanding which should be done as part of world's physical geography. See, it's something like this. If I want to talk about air molecules in India, that is climate of India, is climate of India is determined based on the only climatical conditions which are prevailing only in India? Huh? No. See, the reason I'm asking you this question is, most of you have seen people for specifically preparing for Group 2 exam, where especially from people of Telangana, where they think that we do not have a specific area called world geography. Yes, as per the syllabus, you do not have world geography. But if you want to understand Indian geography, now you need to have a minimum basic of world geographical concepts. It's something like this. El Nino, La Nina. Have you ever heard of this? Which was also recently in the news. Will they affect Indian climate? But where is this phenomenon of El Nino occurring? El Nino, La Nina occurring? Is it occurring in Indian Ocean or surrounding anywhere in India? No, it is occurring across. Very good. It's across Pacific Ocean, Southern Pacific Ocean, but is impacting your Indian climate. Isn't it? So, it's not that if I'm talking about India, if there is an asked question on Indian geography, yes, you may have this Indian geography questions and all. But if you want a better clarity of the subject, see, remember one thing. You're not here to mug up. If you mug up, what happens? You will remember only for a limited period of time. But when you have a conceptual understanding, you can remember them for your lifetime. If you know the concept, you will not be dependent on the resource person as well tomorrow. Is it so? See, should we be independent or dependent all the time? In your preparation, what is the best thing? Independent. In the initial days, as to what to read, what not to read, how to understand this, how not to understand this, that's been guided by us. But later down the line, after 1 to 2 months or 3 months, what is it? You will be having your own skill sets where you are supposed to sharpen them in the form of writing test series, practicing numerous amount of multiple choice questions. Isn't it? So what we make sure is, specifically me, I'll give you the proper conceptual understanding which is required along with few good amount of facts. Without facts, we cannot go through sail in your Group 2 exam. Because in your Group 2, what is required majorly? Facts. But to remember that fact, can we just remember based on mugging up the facts all the time? See, I'll just tell you a small example. Which part of Telangana receives highest rainfall? Which part of Telangana receives highest rainfall in a year? What my job is, even if you do not know the answer, tomorrow among the 4 options, based on the conceptual understanding which I gave you, you will try to give you the best answer. Let's see how. India as a country receives majority of the rainfall through southwest monsoons. Do you know at least this? southwest monsoons gives you good amount of rainfall in India. But in Telangana being the leeward slope of Western Ghats, the amount of rainfall across Telangana is less. See, it's something like this. You have this Western Ghats over here. Southwest monsoons are traveling in this direction. Because of these obstructions of Western Ghats, you have very good amount of rainfall across this parts of Western India along the states of Karnataka, Kerala, Maharashtra, Goa. But this region of India receives less rainfall. Why? Because this region has been obstructed by the mountains of Western Ghats, the hill ranges of Western Ghats, wherein the moisture is not allowed to enter into these parts of India, and the amount of rainfall across this region is less. And you have even Telangana over here. Telangana over here. Now this Telangana is a state which is present. In the northern parts of Telangana, you have few ranges over here. You have few ranges, hill ranges. What are the hill ranges in Telangana? Any specific idea? Do we have hill ranges in Telangana? Papikondala or over here, my dear? We have hill ranges of Satmala Hills in this present day districts of Adilabad, where we have Satmala ranges which have extended along the states of Maharashtra and Telangana regions, the northern parts of Telangana. And these ranges which are like this, when these winds are traveling like this, these are trying to again to obstruct the advancement of winds. So what happens? Again, these winds have been obstructed, getting updrafted, giving you clouds, giving you rainfall. And the amount of rainfall across this parts of Telangana is more in comparison to the regions of Telangana. And specifically in the regions of southern part of Telangana, the amount of rainfall is very, very less. Why? It's a semi-arid region where there is no proper obstructions of hills and mountains. So the amount of rainfall is also less. So that if you know that concept, ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ కాన్సెప్ట్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాల్సింది ఏంటి, ఎక్కడెక్కడ ఏమేమి కొండలు ఉన్నాయి, వాట్ ఆర్ ద హిల్స్ అండ్ మౌంటైన్స్ విచ్ ఆర్ ప్రెసెంట్ అక్రాస్ డిఫరెంట్ పార్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా, అండ్ ఇఫ్ యూర్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ తెలంగాణ, వాట్ ఆర్ ద హిల్ రేంజెస్ ఇన్ తెలంగాణ, ఇఫ్ యూర్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్, వాట్ ఆర్ ద హిల్ రేంజెస్ ఆఫ్ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్. సో విత్ ఇన్ ది పార్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్, yes, you have the hill ranges which have been extended in this manner, which is your Eastern Ghats, Papi Hills, Palakonda Hills, Erramala Hills, Nallamala Hills, Seshachalams, isn't it? Which are across your Andhra Pradesh. So if you know the hill ranges properly, you will also be easily understand and give you the answer with regard to whether you have proper rainfall or not. The moment you have proper good amount of rainfall, listen to this. The moment you have good amount of rainfall, can we have good amount of flora and fauna? వర్షం బాగా పడుతుంది అనుకోండి, ఆ ప్రదేశంలో చెట్లు జంతువులు బాగుంటాయా? సో ఇప్పుడు అడవులు తెలంగాణలో దట్టమైన అడవులు ఏ ప్రాంతంలో ఉంటాయి? అగైన్ ఆన్సర్ వచ్చేసింది. ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చింది? ఇప్పుడు నేనేమైనా ఆదిలాబాద్ అని చెప్పానా? సో నీ ఫ్యాక్ట్ని ఇలా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి. సో ల్యాండ్ ఫామ్స్ ఎక్కడ ఉన్నాయి, గాలుల్ని ఏవేవి అబ్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేస్తున్నాయి, ఆ గాలులు అబ్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేయడం వల్ల వర్షం ఎక్కడ బాగా ఎక్కువ పడుతుంది, ఎక్కడ వర్షాలు బాగా పడితే over there you have proper flora and fauna. ఇప్పుడు అదే ప్రదేశం నుంచి ఎక్కువ నదులు ఆరిజినేట్ కూడా అవుతాయి, అంతే కదా? సో దిస్ ఇస్ హౌ యు ఆర్ సపోజ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ దిస్ సబ్జెక్ట్. సో ఈ లింకేజెస్ మీకు తెలిస్తే మీకు రేపు ఎలాంటి ఫ్యాక్ట్ అన్నా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవడానికి ఈజీ ఉంటుంది. అంతేగాని నేను ఫ్యాక్ట్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవడానికి కూర్చొని నన్ను బట్టి కొడతా ఉంటే ఎన్ని రోజులు గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటాం మనం? ఒక నెల గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటాం మహా అయితే, తర్వాత చిప్ నుంచి ఎగిరిపోద్ది కదా. So this is how I'm going to teach now. Is that clear? ఇలా టీచ్ చేస్తే అర్థం అవుద్దా? నా ఇప్పుడు ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు ట్రై టు గివ్ యూ ద బేసిక్ టాపిక్స్ ఆర్ ది మేజర్ టాపిక్స్ విచ్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు డిస్కస్ ఇన్ ఇండియన్ జాగ్రఫీ. So now, first thing, any geography will be divided into two parts. What are they? Physical and human. So now, Indian geography as per physical. What should be the topic? Land. So now, I'll try to understand the physiography of India. The physiography of India. And then I have air. So what is it? Climate of India. And then water. Drainage system of India. That is drainage ante manam inti mundu drainage kaadu. It is your rivers. The river system across India. The moment we have land, air, water, what can we have now? We can have life. But for life to exist on this earth surface, originally earth was a body which is hard molten region. I mean, it was a hot molten ball, but later got solidified. That's what we read in our schooling. Then it has got solidified, and then you have a hard rock. But that hard rock, what happens? It should undergo, very good, disintegration. What is it called? Breaking, weathering. It's called weathering to form soil. So only when we have soil, we can plant some trees, or we can see some growth of trees. On a rock, you cannot see a growth of a tree, right? A seed cannot germinate on a rock, but can germinate in a soil. So now, fourth topic, soils of India. The moment I have the soil with me as a human being, now what do? I mean, what do I have? I have natural vegetation, which is nothing but your flora. Natural vegetation and wildlife. That's been grown naturally. Now, the moment I have this, let's say I'm a human being now, across the region, I have proper land, I have water, I have proper climate, I have proper soil, I have good amount of natural vegetation. But from the natural vegetation, I'm going to eat. I'm going to pluck those fruits, get those animals, cook them, eat, or whatever. That was man in the past. Early man, he was a hunter and gatherer. But as the population has been increasing, what has happened? Man started into cultivating the land. Earlier, the amount of number of people were less, and I was just living in a forest, or I was just living on a land where I can pluck fruits, pluck leaves, pluck roots, or kill an animal and eat. But now, as the amount of population has been increased, I was now forced to cultivate my own food for my consumption, for my living. So now starts this area called human part of geography. Now in human, what is the area we are going to start with? Economic. Where there is always, what is economic? Resources which can be shared. See, economy is what? distribution of resources in an equitable manner and getting the benefits out of it. I share my resource what I have, you share me what you have. It's a mutual one, isn't it? So now on this earth surface, now I do the specific act. Now to do this act, what do? I need to cultivate the land so that I get required resource, which is your primary thing, because first and the foremost thing, I need to eat food, and later I can get other resources. If food is not available, I cannot have any other resources. So now what should I do now? I enter into an area called agriculture. What do I mean by that, agriculture? What do I mean by that? Cultivation of? Nah. Cultivation of land. Agriculture is nothing but cultivation of land. But to cultivate this land and to make sure that the small plant or a sapling grows into a big tree or into a proper matured plant, I need some water. Everywhere across the earth's surface, I cannot have water which can be flowing. Is it so? I cannot have equitable amount of share of water everywhere. Now, I need to bring those waters. Let's say I have a land over here, I have a river which is flowing over there, or I have a canal or a stream which is flowing over there. Now what should I do? I should bring those waters which are flowing over there to this piece of land. Artificially, I should dug out a small path so that this water can be brought down into this region. And now this method of bringing of waters in an artificial manner to the required regions, which is considered to be as. So I understand about a specific area called irrigation. And then the moment I have water, I have agriculture. And after I have agricultural activity, what do I do now? What do I do now? That's a primary food which has been obtained. I'm cultivating the land, I'm getting the harvest. Can I consume it? I grow paddy. Can I consume that paddy? Why? See, my question is, I have grown paddy. Can I consume paddy or not now? We need to remove the husk. So to remove that husk, where should I go now? To an industry, to a machinery. And now, how can I prepare that machinery? Where can I get that machinery? I need some metallic elements, some ores, which is again available from earth. So now, the primary produce, which is agriculture, again from land, again there is one more primary produce, that is mineral resources. Mineral resources. The moment I have mineral resources, can I set up an industry? Can I set up an industry now? What do I need now? It should be processed. So to process that mineral ore, what do I need now? Here, because of the mining activity, you got that ore. No, okay, I got that ore. See, I'm just a single human being. I got some ore. Can I prepare a tool by that ore? Think properly. Okay, fine, extracting. So to extract, what do I need? And to prepare into the tool, what do I need? Okay, I need labor and external energy. See, I have a mineral ore or some resource, but to process it or to extract it, I need some energy. I need to heat it, right? I need energy. So now we understand a specific area called energy resources which are available on the earth surface. Yes. So the moment I have energy resources, now anyway I have water and I have mineral resources, I have energy resources. Now I can set up an industry. The moment I have industry, now I'm going to get the finished product of this food or whatever the available resource. I'm going to get the finished product. Now is it ready to consume? Yes, it is ready to consume. Now, who are going to consume this? Who are going to consume this? Let's say this is one state, this is another state. These are the people who consume good amount of paddy. But these are the people who consume good amount of wheat. But I grow paddy. Where should I send for good amount of income when I'm supposed to earn? Where can I send? Should I send to this state or to this state? If I want to earn good amount of income as a farmer. Wherever the demand is high, I'll send them in a larger volume. Wherever the demand is less, I send lesser volume. Isn't it? Now, to understand as to how many people are here, what is their food habits, what should I do now? Now, I enter into another area called social geography. So what do I do now? I understand population, that is the number of people across the region. I understand culture and their settlement pattern, because food is a part of their culture. Yes? So only when I understand their cultural well-being, I can understand their demand to send that finished product from an industry. And I also try to understand the other forms like migration and other forms, different forms of tribes, different forms of religion. So which is a part of your social geography. And only once I understand the social setup of this specific region, I can send the required resources which are out as a finished product from this region to, from the industry to the specified region. But when I'm sending, I'm using one more tool, calling it as transport, which is a bridging thing which tries to bridge the economic and the social geography. Transportation is the one which tries to bridge both these things. And there is also one more topic which we are supposed to understand under economic geography. So these are the topics which we are trying to understand in Indian geography. So, if you want to understand as to why people have settled in such a way over here, you need to understand the physical setting of that region. It's something like this. Within our Telangana, why this districts like Gadwal, Narayanpet or any other region has got less population in comparison to the districts like Hyderabad, Malkajgiri or Warangal or Karimnagar. Why? Or the districts like Vishakhapatnam or the districts like Vijayawada, Krishna are highly populated in comparison to the districts like Potti Sriramulu or the districts like Annamaya of Andhra Pradesh. Why? It's all because of availability of resources. It is all because of availability of resources. What are the resources? It may be water, it may be land, it may be food, it may be job, it can be of anything. So if the resources are available, I have more population. If the resources are less, I have less population. So the population of a country or a population of a region or the density of the population, would me రేపు చదువుకోవాలా density of the population? చదవాలా లేదా? చదవాలి. ఇప్పుడు నేను చెప్తున్నాను, what am I telling? The density of the population has been determined based on the availability of resources of a region. So when you know this conceptual understanding properly, you can even try to answer this area. Tomorrow, let's say there is a question. Which among the districts of Telangana has less population? How could you answer? You will anyway read it. But after you read, if you want to remember, what do? You apply the concept. So that you will remember that same thing for a good number of time. Yes? So in this manner, you're going to understand whether it be state geography, whether it be Indian geography, whether it be world geography. So the last topic can also be determined based on, can be determined based on the initial topic. The first topic will be linked to last topic will be linked to first topic. And that's how the teaching will be going on with regard to geography. Is that clear? And even geography or even economy, if you are thorough with concepts, you will do good in the subjects, both the subjects, and they both are interlinked. Again, the same topics will be dealt in economy as well. Only when you know these basics, you will understand that economy as well easily. Yes? So this is what the subject of geography is. Now, is that clear until now? Written everything? Now, what is this weightage in your group 2 exam of geography? Within that 150 marks of your paper, for somewhere around 12 questions, minimum of 10 to 12 questions will be there in your geography part, and there are 10 to 12 questions in your environment part. That will be your weightage. And the beauty of this subject is, if you can check out or if you can inquire or whatever you do, మొన్న రీసెంట్గా జరిగిన ఎస్ఐ ఎగ్జామ్ ఉంది తెలంగాణ ఎస్ఐ ఎగ్జామ్ జరిగింది రీసెంట్గా, గుర్తుందా? నా క్లాస్ రూమ్స్లో ఎవరైతే రాశారో నోట్స్లు, ఆ నోట్స్ల నుంచి మొత్తం 17 బిట్లు వచ్చినాయి. ఆ 17లో 15 బిట్లు నా నోట్స్ నుంచి కరెక్ట్గా కూర్చేసి వచ్చేసింది. అంటే నా నోట్స్ ఒకటి కరెక్ట్గా మీరు చదవగలిగితే యూ విల్ కంప్లీట్లీ డూ విత్ యువర్ జాగ్రఫీ. ఇంకా మీకు వేరే సోర్స్ అక్కర్లేదు. దట్ ఈస్ అష్యూర్డ్ ఫ్రమ్ మీ. బట్ ద ఓన్లీ థింగ్ ఇస్, మీరు చేయాల్సింది రెగ్యులర్ క్లాస్ రూమ్ రావాలి. నేను చెప్పిన ఇక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చిన ప్రతి మాట మీరు రాసుకుంటూ కూర్చోవాలి. ఒకవేళ నేను ఇనీషియల్గా మీరు రాయలేకపోతున్నాను సార్ అంటే మాత్రం చేయొద్దండి, నేను కొంచెం పాస్ చేస్తా. కొన్నిసార్లు స్పీడ్గా వెళ్ళొచ్చు. మీకు వచ్చింది మీకు అర్థమైంది అనుకుంటా వెళ్ళిపోతా నేను. కానీ మీకు అర్థం కాలేకపోతే మొహమాటం లేకుండా చేయొద్దు, నేను అర్థం చేసుకుంటే. మీ ఇక్కడికి వచ్చింది ఎందుకు? మొహమాట పడ్డానుక? దేనికి వచ్చారు? నేర్చుకోవడానికి వచ్చారు కాబట్టి మీరు నేర్చుకోవడానికి కాబట్టి మీరు అడగచ్చు. ఓకే, సో మేక్ షూర్ దట్ యూ యూటిలైజ్ దోస్ ప్రాపర్లీ. అండ్ I'm just giving you this introduction with regard to geography. And same thing with regard to environment. Environment, we have different subtopics which will be there. Again, we talk about environment ecology, biodiversity. We talk about environmental issues like pollution, climate change, global warming, international conventions. So which are acts, national and international acts which have been important. What is a national park? What is a biosphere reserve? So we'll be trying to understand that factual information as well. Okay? But if you are thorough with geography, that will be much more easy even for your environment as well, because they are both are interlinked to each other. So that's about this geography as a subject. And the good thing is, in your examination, for your examination, it's only objective in nature. But do not be distracted by the earlier papers, earlier PYQs of before 2016 or before 2015 papers. Because remember one thing, if you can properly observe Andhra Pradesh Group 2, Andhra Pradesh Sachivalayam papers, or it be AP Group 1 papers, or it be TS Group 2 papers, TSPSC papers, the standard of the questions have been increased a lot. Have you ever observed this? Yes or no? Yes. The standard has been increased a lot. So you may expect even a higher standards than the earlier papers as well. Because the boards or the specific TSPSC or APPSC boards do consist of people who are of UPSC evaluators as well, who are sitting in the boards and trying to prepare their sets of questions and everything, the method of questioning and all. So there is no wonder the examination pattern will be for sure at the highest levels, even if it is a objective questions as well. So you should prepare for the worst. And we are now expecting the AP syllabus, which is to be out, because we expect that there are some changes. Do not know whether we have changes or not for your group 2. So let's prepare at the best. And that too, any subject, whether it be geography, whether it be economy, whether it be polity, whether it be any other subject. If you are thorough with the concepts, your only mind should be, Arey yaar, I'm going to listen this classes now. And later after the classes, I should be independent. You should be independent. You should not be dependent, right? See, let's say tomorrow there was some question on, it's something like this. There is one question in your Telangana essay which is related to world physical geography called winds, local winds of the world. How many of you written a TSSI? Anyone? No one? Okay. There's a thing called Sirocco winds in your examination. Sirocco. It's just a local wind in northern parts of Africa moving towards southern parts of Europe, which is a part of world's physical geography. ఇప్పుడు మరి జాగ్రఫీ ఇండియన్ జాగ్రఫీ అన్నాడు కదా, మరి వరల్డ్ జాగ్రఫీ ఎందుకు వస్తున్నాయి కొన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్? రావడానికి స్కోప్ ఉంది కదా. సో నువ్వు ఇది ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వాలి, ఇది ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వకూడదు అనేది ఏం లేదు. నువ్వు కంప్లీట్గా నాకు సిలబస్ మొత్తము నువ్వు నాకు ఇవ్వరా బాబు అని మీరు నా దగ్గర కూర్చోవాలి. మీరు కూర్చుంటే మీ దగ్గర సబ్జెక్ట్ మొత్తం తీసుకొని లేటర్ ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ 2-3 months or whatever the time period you should be independent. అదొక్కటి గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. And lastly, one more thing for tomorrow. I'm going to end the session, but for tomorrow when you're coming, please do read the syllabus. Get the syllabus books or syllabus sheets or download them from your mobile. Read each word after word, and tomorrow you'll be having sessions of economy and polity. Okay? Gadapati sir and Ratnakar sir will be taking. First session will be economy, next session will be polity. Okay? See, we are not any a part of the board, ma. We cannot expect in such a way. We can assume, because anyway the government of Telangana will be getting into elections, so for sure it need to recruit few students into the exam and into the government. So for sure there will be a notification out in the coming 3-4 months. I mean, because it's an election time, so they're forced to give notifications, isn't it? Hey, it's only one election over here now. See, okay, once it is done by in the month of November, you may have an. Yeah, after November you may expect a notification, right? After November you may expect a notification. So, and you have the time until December 2023, the term, 5-year term. So before that, for sure he'll give you a notification. Anna? That's what. I just want you to read before the session starts. If you want to read, one more, if you want to read, if you want to understand the subject at a much better level, even before I teach, you can come by reading textbooks. And the major textbooks which you are supposed to follow is NCERT 6th to 12th. Okay? So tomorrow when I start, again I'll tell you as to what to, first initially what you do is, you just buy 6th and 7th NCERT. Only these 2 books. Just read these 2 books, 6th and 7th. Okay? And later I'll tell you as to what to read. But do not read 11th class first book. It's not required. I'll tell you what to read, what not to read. But first, initially, just read 6th and 7th NCERTs. That will not cost not more than 50 rupees or 60 rupees each book. Small books, which can be read just in a span of 5 to 6 hours. If you sit for 5 hours, you'll complete one book. Not even 5 hours, 4 hours also you will complete. Very small books, 6th class and 7th class books. And reading those NCERT and writing whatever I taught you, that's much more enough for your exam. Okay? But the only thing is regularity. ఇంకొకటి అది గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, రెగ్యులారిటీ is very important, especially in your government exams. When you are preparing for competitive exams, do not prepare as if you are like an academic exam. అకాడమిక్స్లో మనం కొన్ని రోజులు కాలేజీలో డుమ్మా కొడుతుంటాం. ఇక్కడ డుమ్మా కొట్టామంటే ఇంత సబ్జెక్ట్ పోద్ది. ఎందుకు? ఇప్పుడు ఈ క్లాసులు మొత్తం ఇది ఒక్క టాపిక్ నేను ఒక 2 daysలో చెప్తా, కానీ అకాడమిక్లో ఇదే టాపిక్ ఒక వారం రోజులు కూడా చెప్తాడు. తీసుకుని చెప్పుకుంటారు, వారం 10 రోజులు కూడా చెప్తారు. సో పర్లేదు, ఒక రోజు పోతే మళ్ళీ ఇంకో రోజు మళ్ళీ వినొచ్చు కదా అనుకుంటాం, కొద్దిగా కదా పోయిందని. కానీ ఇక్కడ అలా ఉండదు. మనకు ఉండే టైము తక్కువ, మనం చేయాల్సింది కూడా ఫాస్ట్గా చేసుకోవాలి కొన్ని. సో మేక్ షూర్ దట్ యు ఆర్ అటెండింగ్ ఎవ్రీ సెషన్స్, వెదర్ ఇట్ బి పాలిటీ, ఎకానమీ, జాగ్రఫీ. ఇనిషియల్ కొద్ది కష్టంగా ఉంటుంది, ఎవడు వింటారు ఇంత కష్టంగా అయింది, రోజంతా కూర్చొని వినాలండి. మధ్యలో కావాలంటే అప్పుడప్పుడు వెళ్ళి ఛాయలు తాగి మళ్ళీ వచ్చి కూర్చోవడం చేయడం తప్పదు. See, if you are expecting a notification later after 3-4 months, it's possible now.
Because I'm from science program.
Yes, ma.
I left the geography and social and
See, irrespective, everyone have left their geography long back.
Again, I need to recollect.
Everyone is the same on the same platform. Everywhere are on the same platform. There is no ifs and buts. You are the same, he is same, he is same, he is same, everyone are same. So everyone are on the same platform. It's only commitment and the effort which you are supposed to do in a proper, consistent manner. This government exams require consistency, and the youth do not have, the blood of the youth do not have consistency. So only thing is this: we read once in a week, we'll read for 4 hours, rest of the days in the week we'll leave. But read for 2 hours a day and do that same every day. Consistency is the most important success mantra in this thing.
One of my friends, he prepared for civils group 1. He got job in group 4. Now
That's what. Anything you are, when you are preparing, the only success mantra is consistency. Whatever you are, wherever you are, whichever the background you are from, consistency is the only mantra. If you are not consistent, you are out of the game. Let's say now, if I am not consistent in the classroom sessions, even I am out. Let's say now, I teach at 1 class or 2 class in a week. For the next entire 1 week, I am having a holiday. Over and out. Even I will lose the grip of the subject, right? The same applies to you. Consistency is very important. When you're doing it, do it regularly. When you're not doing it, no, do not do it. Focus, and if you are completely fresh, if you want to crack this exam, the other success thing is get PYQs from the market or from your web. Download them, the previous year question papers of AP and Telangana. And let's say now, if you are talking about the present group 1 batches, we even try to forward few Bihar Public Service Commission and Maharashtra Public Service Commission question papers to the students. The reason is, it's not different states papers. It is, we are supposed to hold the examiners' minds. How are they asking questions? What is our job? We should only assess the examiner's mind. Okay, if this is topic, let's say now if it is physiography of India, what can be the most expected areas by the examiner? And what kind of question will be there in your exam papers? How do you assess? By looking at various papers. So your job is to download and get the, not soft copies, hard copies of previous year question papers of each and every paper. Including if you are preparing for group 2, even essay paper and constable paper is also relevant. Fine? Because if you, let's say now you have fundamental rights in your polity. What are the major areas which have been asked in fundamental rights? Where do you get? From previous year question papers. Analyze them. Take some time. It will take even more than a week or 10 days also, no problem. But try to analyze slowly, one after the other. So that you will have a grip as to what faculty is teaching and what you are able to understand. Okay? Do not miss them out. Syllabus and previous papers. I mean, you do not require standards of civils anyway. You require standards of minimum group 1, group 2, sub-inspectors, group 3, group 4, constable papers. Take those PYQs. Make sure that you are having a book with you. The entire previous papers. Bind it. Keep it with you. That's your USP. See, what is the mantra to crack prelims? Any prelim exam, objective exam? Everyone do read Lakshmikant. Is it so? Polity? What is the major book? Lakshmikant. Everyone do read. But why only few clear these exams? Huh? Practicing MCQs, multiple choice questions, n number of multiple choice questions. Before your any exam, you should practice as many MCQs as possible. More the number of MCQs, better your clarity and better your chance of clearing the exam. Just by listening the classes also, you are not going to understand. I mean, you are not going to clear. Yes, by the support of the classrooms, teaching, you will be getting that 40 to 50% of the support. The rest of the 50%, where 20% you are supposed to study and 30% you are supposed to practice. Practice, 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 practice. Once this classroom sessions are done. Practice as many MCQs as possible. Whatever the MCQ is available. Okay? And the thing which we follow in aspirants is every day, either through mobile, through a soft copy or through a hard copy, you will be having daily minimum 10 MCQs. 10 MCQs will be provided for you. What are the 10 MCQs? 10 MCQs of newspaper. Today's newspaper. Okay? And they are anyway being posted in Telegram channels and in every WhatsApp channels. You can check them out. And you as a student, you will be given that hard copies as well. For you to practice 10 MCQs. And apart from that, weekend exams will be there. Every week, minimum of 60 questions, 50 to 60 questions of practice questions. At times, there will be 100 questions also, practice questions, because whatever the subjects have been done, depending on the weightage of the subjects, you will be having questions. Okay? So, every week, you will be having questions, practice, weekend exams, and daily MCQs, which will be given. And apart from that, there are other extra feed which will be given on a regular basis. I hope Rafi sir told you to follow the Telegram channels as well. So, there are everywhere, you have information which has been given to you students. So make sure that you are using all those things. Okay? Done. So see you tomorrow. And tomorrow at 10 a.m. you have economy first. And then polity. Next day, again economy and history. Coming next day, day after tomorrow. And for history, you will be having 2 to 3 people, but on day after tomorrow, you will be having Balkrishna sir, but you will be having Chakravarti sir also, who will be coming and discussing history for you. There are 2 people. And if it is state history, you will be having Salim sir, who will be dealing with state history, whether it be Telangana or AP histories. AP history mostly, AP history will be dealt by Balkrishna sir, Telangana history will be dealt by Salim sir. Okay? And Telangana movement, yes, by Salim sir only. Is that clear? And from 17th you have one more last interaction. 17th, that is Monday. And from 18th you will be having a classroom sessions which will be started. Okay? So that's yes ma. In the morning hours. Initial days we will be having a sessions for few hours, of 4 to 5 hours or 4 hours. But as the numbers increases or as the entire complete batch starts, we'll increase it to 7 hours also. Morning 7 o'clock, you'll start the batch. you'll end up the classes by evening 6 o'clock as well. The point is, I mean, until the numbers are, because we have, frankly speaking, we have this group 1 prelims now. So most of the aspirants will be attempting group 1 prelims also. So once that is out, there will be a good number of students who will be coming. So as they are coming, down the line after 1 week or 10 days, we can have a session starting from morning 7 o'clock. You'll be having full day. Sorry? APPSC group 1? See, what you have is, whatever the common subject which you'll have with TS and TS and AP, you'll be having one session. Let's say geography. It's same for both. Economy, same for both. What is the difference? You'll be having AP economy, you'll be having TS economy. So, but initial first 1 month, you'll be having only common subjects. Later after it, you'll be having state-specific subjects. Because when you do not understand what Indian economy is, how can you understand state economy? You are not here to just to complete your facts. If your Indian economy is thorough, you can even understand, if let's say now 5 chapters of Indian economy are done. Only then you can start with state economy. Else it will not be of no use. See, it's something like this. It's not the point where we are supposed to complete the syllabus. It is a point where if it is it useful to you or not is the most important thing. If I let's say I start with AP geography. You do not know what wind is, you do not know what air is, what monsoon is. Can I complete AP geography? Yes or no? No. TS geography can I complete? No. So, everything you should have, common subjects will be dealt initially, and over a period of time, you'll be having separate sessions. In the evening hours, or depending on the faculty schedules. Okay? Chalo, that's all for today. Any doubts? Any more? You can ask any doubt, because I am the person who will going to have your entire course plan. Ma? 5.5 months, ma. 5.5 months to 6 months is your target to complete your entire syllabus. That's the only reason we will have extended sessions. ఎక్కువ టైం పడుతుందమ్మా. సి చిన్న ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తాను చూడండి మీకు. ఎకానమీ ఫర్ యువర్ వాట్ ఈస్ యువర్ గ్రూప్ 2 ఎకానమీ, వాట్ ఈస్ ద వెయిటేజ్? 150 మార్క్స్ ఒక పేపర్ మొత్తం ఉంది కదా. అండ్ సర్ విల్ టేక్ minimum of 180 to 200 hours for your economy. If it is 180 to 200 hours per day, 2 hours per week, how many hours? 6 to 12 hours per month, 12 fours, 48. So 48, 200 divided by 48, almost 4 months. So you cannot take it easily to complete each and every subjects, because let's say in Telangana moment, sir will be taking at least for about 140 hours for that 150 marks paper, 140 to 150 hours. See, ఒకటమ్మా, the point ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే, మీకు సబ్జెక్ట్ ముందు వినేటప్పుడు రోజుకి ఒక 1 hour, 1.5 hour టైం సరిపోదు. ఏది? రివిజన్ కోసం. See, ఆ రోజు చదవడానికి you will not take not more than half an hour. So you're going to spend only 1.5 hour to 2 hours per day. ఎప్పుడు సర్ది మూట కాకుండా ఆ రోజు చదివితే, నువ్వు ఒక వారం తర్వాత ఎప్పుడు చదువుతాను అనుకో, అదే టాపిక్, అది నీకు గంట పట్టుద్ది. ఆ రోజు చదివి అనుకో, హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్లో అయిపోతుంది. హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ కూడా పట్టదు. అమ్మా, see, up and down chase. See, that's how you manage time. That's very important. అందుకని అంటుంది, you should manage your time. ఇక్కడ నేను చెప్తున్నా కదా, మీకు 2 hours దొరకదా డేలో? అప్ అండ్ డౌన్ చేసినా కూడా 2 hours దొరకదా? అంతే సింపుల్. We have also undergone that same process. ఇప్పుడు మేము ట్రావెల్ చేసేటప్పుడు న్యూస్ పేపర్ ఓపెన్ చేసుకొని ఇలా నిలబడి, చిన్న ముక్కని, ఇంత పెద్ద న్యూస్ పేపర్ని ముక్కలు చేసుకొని, అంత ముక్కలు అంటే మడత పెట్టుకొని ఇంత ముక్కలు చేసుకొని ఇంతే ఇలా పట్టుకొని వెళ్ళిపోవడం చదువుకుంటా. ఎందుకు? ఇప్పుడు నేను న్యూస్ పేపర్ ఇలా ఓపెన్ చేసి చదవలేను, న్యూస్ పేపర్ మొత్తం ఇరుకిరుగుంది. సో యూ షుడ్ ఇన్నోవేట్ యువర్ ఓన్ సెల్ఫ్. ఇప్పుడు ఆయన అక్కడ చిన్న చిన్న బుక్లు రాసుకుంటున్నాడు. ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాం, గ్రూప్ 2కి చిన్న చిన్న బిట్లు పాకెట్లో పెట్టుకొని పోస్ట్ కార్డ్స్ రాసుకుంటాం. అవన్నీ తీసుకొని కూర్చొని బయట దేవరీస్ బస్సులో అటు చూడకుండా కూర్చొని అక్కడ బిట్లు చదువుకుంటూ వెళ్ళిపోవాలి. ప్రాపర్ యూటిలైజేషన్ ఆఫ్ టైం. ఇప్పుడు నేను అదే నా మంచి చెప్తున్నా. సో యూ షుడ్ యూటిలైజ్ యువర్ టైమ్ ఇన్ అ ప్రాపర్ ఎఫిషియెంట్ మేనర్. నువ్వు అది ఇన్నోవేట్ చేసుకోవాలి. అదే ఇప్పుడు ఐ యూస్ టు ట్రావెల్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ 40 kilometers in my preparation days, and by changing 2 different modes of transport. మళ్ళీ నాకు 40 minutes టైం దొరికింది ట్రావెల్లో. ఆ 40 minutes నేను ఐ యూస్ టు కంప్లీట్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ మోర్ దెన్ half of my newspaper. నాకు డైలీ న్యూస్ పేపర్ చదవాల్సిందే నేను. అది ఇదే చెప్తున్నా కదా, ఎట్ అ వెరీ యంగ్ ఏజ్, లెట్స్ సే ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ బిలో 30, యువర్ హార్మోన్స్ అండ్ యువర్ ఎబిలిటీస్ ఆర్ హై. అవునా? నీకు నిద్ర 5.5 hours to 6 hours సరిపోద్ది కదా, అంతకంటే అక్కర్లేదు కదా. అదే చూడు, అదే ఇట్స్ నాట్ 8 hours. సి ఇప్పుడు వీఆర్ మ్యారీడ్, వీఆర్ బియాండ్ 35. మాకు ఇప్పుడు వీ హ్యావ్ ఎ డిఫరెంట్ టైమ్ షెడ్యూల్స్ అండ్ డూ ఇట్. ఈవెన్ దెన్ మేము కాంపిటీషన్లో ఉన్నాం కానీ మాకు నిద్రలు ఉండవు కొన్నిసార్లు. మనమే ఇప్పుడు 60 ఏళ్ళు దాటలేము కదా ఇప్పుడు. వీ హ్యావ్ అ లార్జ్ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇమ్యూనిటీ డూ ఇట్. అండ్ దట్ టు తక్కువ టైంలో నేను ఎక్కువ ప్రిపరేషన్ చేయాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి? నేను ఐ షుడ్ పుష్ మై సెల్ఫ్. నేనేం సిక్ అవునే, ఏమైనా అయిపోద్దా మనకి? ఏమవుదు, వీఆర్ ఫిట్ ఇనఫ్. సో అది యూ షుడ్ మేక్ షూర్ దట్ యు ఆర్ డివైడింగ్ యువర్ టైమ్ ఇన్ సచ్ అ వే. ఇట్స్ అ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్. నాకు అది కావాలి ఇది కావాలంటే కుదరదు. యూ షుడ్ సాక్రిఫైస్ ఫ్యూ థింగ్స్. ఓన్లీ వెన్ యూ కెన్ సాక్రిఫైస్. See, there's one saying, forget the world for 3 years, the world will remember you for 30 years. ఇది గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, ఫర్గెట్ ద వరల్డ్. వరల్డ్ అంటే ఏంటి? పెళ్ళిళ్ళు, పేరంటాలు, పబ్బాలు, ఇట్లకి వెళ్తాను అంటే కుదరదు. అక్క పెళ్ళి, చల్లి పెళ్ళి, బావ పెళ్ళి, జాంతనాయి కూర్చొని బ్యాంక్ చదవాలి. సో ఫర్గెట్ ద వరల్డ్ ఫర్ ద నెక్స్ట్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ద టైమ్ యూ హ్యావ్, దెన్ ద వరల్డ్ విల్ రిమెంబర్ యూ ఫర్ ద నెక్స్ట్ 30 years. సో do not make excuses. You should only find 2 to 3 hours per day maximum for your revision during this classroom hours. See, when you have listened, when you're done with listening of your classroom, immediately on that day, complete it. It will not take more than 30 minutes for your revision. That's the only job. But యంగ్స్టర్స్ లేజినెస్లో ఏం చేస్తాం మనం? తర్వాత చదవచ్చులే అనుకుంటాం. ఆ తర్వాత ఎప్పటికీ రాదు. అంతే కదా సార్? ఆ తర్వాత ఎప్పటికీ రాదు. సో అది మర్చిపోండి. సరే, సీ యు టుమారో. ఎనీ మోర్ డౌట్స్?